Tip number 7 for how to get the best of every learning and training program. Hello and welcome back. This is our journey of exploring the topic of resolution mastery, how to achieve our goals and our desires without giving up. And we've been talking about all these amazing tools we can use in our life in order to really get the best of every training we are doing in our life. Sooner or later, we all do. And it's this kind of a training, which is a personal development training. And in this video, I wanted to share a little bit more about tip number 7. And tip number 7 is reflect on your learning. In the previous one, I shared a lot about information, and this is the first pillar of the process of learning. And it's everywhere. All the information is everywhere. But when we are focused on what we want to learn, and when we're clear of what we really want to experience in our life, it makes life much more easier. But the really crucial part of it is just to reflect on the learning. As I said, there is a lot of information, and very often we can just get lost. We don't know where to start with, where to continue, what's next. Very often we are just lost in our personal growth and development, what to learn next. But it's really important, once we are on the right track and once we understand what we want to learn, what we want to know, and when we're going through different training programs, it's good to really reflect on the learning, reflect on the lesson, reflect on the story you have heard, reflect on the information, on what you understood about a topic, a story, a material you're reading, or you're going through a different training. Reflect on it. And we talked about understanding. When I do understand it and when I apply it, I can reflect. Especially after I apply it, I can review it. I can go back and say, okay, did I put it right in the practice? And I remember in my dancing studio, when we were learning something new, after that I had to correct them and just to say, okay, just don't move your leg this way, just do it that way. And I was helping them. And this is kind of a, how do we reflect? You a little bit step back and you reflect and say, okay, let me see if I'm doing it well, if I'm doing it correctly. And this is the reflection, just to see what I've learned. Am I doing it right? Is there anything I need to change? And flexibility is really a big key. And once we reflect on what we've learned, then we can be flexible. We can just revise what we've learned. We can meditate on what we have done when we put into practice. And after that, we can reflect. We can go back and see, okay, how am I doing? Am I doing correctly or I'm not doing correctly? How does this work? And then we can change things. Then we can improve. We can update, upgrade, and we can continue in our process of learning. But just to take your time to reflect on your learning, it's really important process. And in order not to be lost, one of the key points I can give you in this video is know what you really want and what really relates with you. As I said in my life, I was having in a dancing studio and I was teaching folk dances, which are really intense. It's really, some of them are really like a cardio exercises. And it's a really specific area and field. But you can ask yourself about every training and learning program. How does that affect my life? Is it really beneficial? Do I really need it? Do I really want it? How does it really affect my entire life? And this is what is really important. How this training program reflects into your life. What can I take so that can benefit me, my personal circumstances, my personal life, where I am in my life? How does that reflect with my life, where I am now and where I want it to be? And this is really important. That's why there is a lot of information, a lot of trainings, but not all of them, they're relevant to us and our personal circumstances and life and reality and the season we are in our life and what we want to achieve and where we want it to go. So this is one of the key things. How does a training really resonates with me, with my life, with my personal development, with my professional development. For example, recently I took an IOSH course, which is health and safety, which is related with in my professional life. And it's really important to have these updates. And it was really eye-opening. It was really good topic just to explore a little bit more about health and safety at workplace, in life. And it was really good, beneficial. And when you're into the course, when you learn and you know, oh, I can take benefits, it was a really great course to attend and benefit me a lot on a personal level as well and on a professional. And this is how we have to really approach a training program. How does that reflect to me? How this relates to my life? And when I know how this relates to my life, then I can go and just achieve it and make it amazing. So thank you for your time. This was tip number 7. Reflect on your studying, reflect on your learning. Be flexible, change whatever you need to change. Do it in the way that really resonates with you in your personal and professional life. And thank you for your time, and I will see you in the next video where we'll be talking about tip number 8, and we are nearly at the end of these 9 tips of how to get the best of every learning and training program. Thank you for your time. I'll see you soon.